Welcome to novuperi. This planet, while being Earth-like, is special due to the fact that the days and nights both last 25 Earth days, or 3 weeks and a half. Now, of course, I'm not going to make the mistakes I made on Aretus, so let's start this right. The first creatures to be multicellular will be just random life forms that can float around and absorb oxygen, as there are pretty much no predators. This period we're starting on is the SEADIAN period. While there is no certain start of the Cambrian explosion, which this part will be based on, a theory we will use today is that active predators were the trigger on the fuse. Now, due to the fact that this isn't a real planet, we'll only be talking about 3 body forms that will dominate in this period. The first body plan will have a longer body, with gills and sections on a lot of body, also gaining extrudements that act as fins to swim better. Not only that, but they also not have blood veins yet, instead just having blood all around the organs. Its gut will also be a blind gut, which means food, waste, and reproduction gametes will all go into and out of the mouth. This body form will also gain simple eyes, being light reflectors that paint out just enough of a picture to understand actions and movements around it. Of course, meaning they have brains to receive the signals. This body form, nicknamed Pertatas, will also use the most basic type of swimming. Its movement will use a lot of head and tail movements, kind of like a less exaggerated eel. The second body plan will gain a sort of shell, with a tail and gills, moving with contractions of its muscle and movement of its tail, also having eye stalks that can extend to look above or under the shell. This creature will be nicknamed Tricrab, containing a similar blind gut. The last body plan that will be most popular will be nicknamed Octcrab, being very similar to the Tricrab, instead having legs that they use to move and scavenge on the floor, eating marine dust and algae, also having a special area to lock into other crabs to make spreading reproduction gametes easier. It also has eyes sticking out and under the armor instead of stalks. These body plans aren't the only body plans, but instead that many will mimic and diverse from. These will be the 3 horsemen of the SEADIAN explosion. But before we move on, we must discuss one thing that probably caught your eye. These bulbs are stored energy and fuel, waiting for the 3.5-week night. This is one of the methods plants on novuperi will use to combat the extreme day and night periods. These plants will also move their leaves into their body to minimize energy use. But an even more fascinating discovery are the creatures on the bulb. These are bulbakes, latching onto the bulb and protecting the bulbs from herbivores looking to get a big chunk of energy, and in return giving lineal amounts of energy to the bulbakes during long night periods. These bulbakes will usually be away from the bulbs until the 23 to 25th day mark, where they will start latching onto the biggest bulbs. These plants can get up to 30 bulbakes on each bulb. Goodbye, and see you on the next episode of novuperi.